Hi, everybody. Welcome back to. I think I have a thing in my face. Well, I have a lot of things in my face, but mostly because I didn't shave well this time around. Um, Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday session of uh, 5th edition Into the Wild Coast, a Greyhawk campaign. So let us introduce everybody who is here. Let's start with Robert.
Oh,
At the
hello.
bottom, yeah.
Robert's playing. I don't know why I'm speaking third person, but Robert is playing Lael the monk, who is contemplating doing something really unorthodox, like always.
Hmm.
Oh, and he has a metal hand now. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. And next up, we have Pedron.
Yep, and Pandren's playing Axios Kyrakis, who is a bard, also a tiefling, which there are apparently many of down here,
Mm-hmm.
who is very much not seducing everyone and everything.
Then we have Griffin.
Hey everybody, I'm Griffin playing Baron Kicks the Shield, brought to you by Logitech Webcam.
And last but certainly not least, we have Theta.
Oh yeah, I'm playing Gar.
Okay.
Whack.
Griff, can you say something again real quick?
Can I say something?
No,
real
Griff.
quick?
Griff, say something again real quick.
This is me saying things. I'm continuing to say things. Look at me, I'm speaking. Yeah.
Alright. I just turned you up to 200% so you sound at the same volume as everybody else.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, then.
Turn them up to like 120.
So, as we begin, you were entering the shop of one. Let me see his name. Forgot. It's been 2 weeks in this, and I did check the thing, but you know, of Zazik's Emporium.
Yes.
And as he welcomes you to his store, he is a rather purplish fellow with a large head and tentacles that are coming out of his face. And he's very happy to see you here in his store. So, what are you going to say to him, if anything at all? Are you going to buy anything? Are you going to sell anything? What are you going to do?
I think we came here to provision for a couple of weeks. Could you help us with that?
Oh, of course I can. Forgive me, friends, if my manner of speech is strange, but my orifices were never designed for your language. I'm doing my best. I have discovered that your people do not like mind-to-mind communications. And so to best do my job here, I chosen to use my vocals as best I can. If you find this troubling, I could switch to the mind touch.
I'm
just
just
wanna
waiting
say-
for like one of our friends to say something.
I'm not there, but I just want to say that was awesome. Keep doing that.
Actually, who
Raphael.
came to the store with me? I already forgot.
I think I'm here.
It's not Crane. I don't know why it still said Crane. Is our total friend here as well?
What would I have done with all my dudes?
Well, they were asked to stay outside, but they can be just outside of the business, right? Because there's no space for all of them. But
outside the business, not outside the an encampment.
You're in the city. This is a city. A small city. It's a small city, but still a city.
So they were asked to stay outside of the business, not the city.
Yeah, they don't mind you having a force. I mean,
yeah, then I'm fine. I'm fine being inside.
They've seen a lot of orcs and other similar creatures that are part of the guard, but practically a small army. So they're confident enough, I guess. I mean, maybe they shouldn't be confident, but they are confident that if any trouble happens, they can do something about it. So, And they understand that this is part of the Underdark, so, well-armed travelers are live travelers.
Yeah, I'm from down here.
Yes, yeah, so if you want to be there, then you're with. Actually, this is their provisional short. The general store, but also you have been told that he can provide special items. Now, of all people here, if you are in the store, you know exactly who you're talking to, at least creature-wise. And your opinion of that, well, that I leave that entirely up to you.
Right. Well, I mean, as a person with a brain, I think I have the same opinion everyone else has. But Gar is also habitually broke, so it doesn't really matter what he has to offer.
I see. He says, well, if you're looking for basic provisions, I do have rations that might be compatible with your anatomies.
Well, be an awkward sort to not provide for the town.
Yes, and perhaps extra if you're going to very dangerous situations, which this being the Underdarks, it's to be expected.
I do believe we were going out towards one of these entrances over there, and heading out that way. I believe there might be a few dangers, but I don't know what. Since you provision for people here, would you happen to have a recommendation if we're going that way?
Well, there's always the Drow and Duergar patrols, as well as random hunting creatures. So a good sword and some magical aid would always be available to you. Of course, if you meet one of my kind out there, I would guard your facial orifices carefully, as well as your mind.
The helmet stays on then. Understood.
Talking of which, and to show that I value my customers, I will offer one of my rare items for you, a potion of mind pacification or tranquility. It should help you prevent the stealing of your strong-willed minds.
Oh, that's awfully generous.
Forgive me, sometimes my instincts gets the best of me.
Well, if nothing else, you've been nothing but hospitable. So let's go over the rations then. And I'll go ahead and just start itemizing out things that we'll need for the trip.
Yeah, basically rations will be with a 10% markup, but you can buy anything in the book that is on the rations, as well as things like rope, basic supplies, right? You can either buy an adventurous kit and have it all in one, or for each one of you, or you can buy like extra water skins and stuff like that. So we could go for the PHP prices on that. Just add an extra 10%, and that should be that.
All right, I'm gonna go do some math then.
Okay.
And as for magical items, mostly what he offers are scrolls and potions, things that are consumable, with a few rare items that are perhaps not. Like the potion he mentions, it lasts for an hour and essentially gives you advantage against any magic that affects the mind, saving throws, and resistance to psychic damage.
Well, we probably at least want to grab some healing potions.
As well, yes.
The mind protection potions might be good on a metal level.
Is Robert not in here? Sorry, not Robert.
Yeah, I'm
Lale?
not in there.
Okay.
I'm,
I was wondering why the inside checks weren't going on.
He's doing other stuff.
Yeah.
He seems like a reputable businessman.
I think if a one of these is trying to sell you something to protect your mind, then you might want to be a little bit suspect.
Well, we can always check it.
You could always chat him up.
Yeah. He also has available scroll spells for level 1 to 3 as well.
Okay.
But for wizard only. And those can cast those kind of spells. He has
He
no
could
cleric.
buy all of the counterspell scrolls.
Well, he has a limited option. He doesn't have. This is not a.
Let's see, potions.
So let's bring up the chart. Item prices.
Could get a potion of giant strength.
Prices.
Ooh.
And give Kix like 1 billion strength for an hour.
I don't think that gives him 1 billion strength, but it gives him a substantial.
More like
amount of strength.
25.
Yeah, I think the ones in 5th edition are strictly like sets your stat to level, right?
Yeah, it's like 19 plus 2 for tiers or something.
Yeah, it starts to 19. Basically, sets it up. 19 is a belt of ogre strength.
I was gonna say, might as well just get him
Yeah.
one of those belts of hill giant strength or whatever.
Frost Giant is 23.
Yeah,
Storm giant.
He doesn't have any of those.
There's so many.
You can just do the search for that.
Ring of Regeneration.
Motion.
The Fortitude necklace. All the standard things.
Potion of giant strength. When you do this potion, strength score changes for 1 hour. The type determines the score. It starts at 21. So he has most uncommons. So anything that is uncommon, he probably can get you at least one of them. Probably has 1d4 plus 1 at most. And can get you rare, but he has no very rare or legendary. Like I said, he has consumables and maybe the odd non-standard kind of thing. So yeah.
What's the price range they're going for?
If it's magical items, it's standard plus 25%. You can haggle him down, of course, but
Well, what's standard? Like, because in the book, like, there's like a range.
yeah,
And consumables are like half price or whatever.
Fine.
So
like 250, I guess.
Yeah. So
regular healing potions are like 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then uncommon is like 100 to 500 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
if there's a 10% markup for the regular potions and stuff like that, it'd be like 55 for regular healing.
No, magical items 25%.
Oh, 25%. Okay.
Yeah, potion of healing it starts at 40 gold.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the rarity is common is 50 to 100, uncommon is 101 to 500, rare is 501 to 5,000, and so on and so forth.
You said what's the limit of the rarity that he has?
Rare.
So,
rare and consumables only.
would he have an alchemy jug?
That's not a consumable.
Oh, only consumables. That's why I thought rarity.
Yeah.
Sorry, I only heard rarity.
Yeah. So if you want to get a potion of Hill's Times, he probably has at least one of those, but that's because it's uncommon. Something more than that, well, that might take a little bit more, a little more haggling, perhaps.
So it's potions of giant strength, potions of mind blank, and what else so far?
Healing. I'm trying to see if there's any other interesting potions. I mean, there's all like the damage resistance potions, but don't know how useful those would be. Aside from maybe like poison and psychic.
Psychic might be interesting. Poison definitely while we're down here. And we were heading to go fight a whole bunch of dragons or dragonborns or an ice king or something like that, weren't we? We can make predictions here.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, they told you that they're going to hook you up to the fire giants exit or entrance, I should say.
Right. So fire, probably likely.
So perhaps fire resistance or something.
Yeah, we could give it to Gar and our friend with a new mechanical arm.
I don't want my arm to melt. But I'm not there though, so I can't say anything.
Yeah,
Well, and probably your arm is the one thing that will not, in fact, melt.
true.
Oh, good.
It is a special material.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
weird
I say we-
property of potions when you think about it. You drink a potion, and it also affects your clothing and everything attached to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe it's like a magic, like aura thing that goes 1 millimeter beyond your person
Yeah, like
and
Superman.
items.
Hmm.
Tactile telekinesis and all that. So we probably have the budget if we wanted to spend all of our money for 4 to 6 potions. So we could either get specialty potions for things that we think might happen, or just say 1 potion type, everybody, we all have it.
So the ones of interest really are probably healing, greater healing, fire resist, mind resist, right?
Yeah, that.
And
of
then maybe
those, that would
giant
be the
strength if
most.
we really want it.
I think we can do without the giant strength.
Yeah, I think we're fine. I mean, it's +2 to your strength score, probably.
Right.
If your strength is like 20.
It's already 20.
Yeah. So probably
But
just the
Axios, you could
healing.
have 22 strength.
I could have 25 or 22 strength or whatever. And just fucking stab people. Nothing could go wrong.
Absolutely nothing. But Mind Blank definitely sounds like the way to go here for me. If there's any danger that could completely stop us in our tracks, it would be that.
Alright, so what do we call on the price of uncommon potions?
Depends on the potions.
We're
Let me
going
see.
specific?
Yeah, we're going specific because healing is pretty common
Yep.
under but uncommon I would say around 200 to 250.
Okay.
Yeah, 300 between 250 to 300 depending on what you haggle him.
Okay. And then potions were 40, and then greater healing, I think, is also uncommon.
You say you were buying mind blank potions?
I think that's the current thesis, yeah.
What do they do?
Potentially.
These potions give you resistance against psychic damage and advantage in saving throws against mind altering effects.
So,
Example.
frighten, charm. Those
They
are the
last
main two.
Right, I'm just-
a whole minute.
I'm just thinking Layla's already resistant to that stuff, isn't he?
We do also have counter charm, I guess.
Resistant to some of it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, because you're...
But it is
You're an
also
elf.
a psychic resistance potion, which is generally fine.
If you think that you can handle it, then we could go ahead and pick a different one and maybe get fire res for everyone else.
I think our chances of fighting a mind flayer type thing are lower than the chances of fighting stuff with fire.
We know for sure we will be fighting fire giants.
Yeah.
We don't know what's between point
But-
A and B.
We don't know.
Do we know for sure? Sorry, I know this is an area that I missed.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We know for sure that we're going down the fire giant path or whatever
Right, but I mean,
with all
does
the
that mean that we're going to fight them?
fire dudes.
Or are we going there
Yes.
to fight them?
We're going there to fight them.
Okay, that's what I didn't know.
Right.
It might be better to go for the more common option of poison resistance, because drow poison is a bitch.
Right, and it's very possible they could just be anywhere here.
Yeah. Though this could also be the DM hinting at us that we should buy this potion.
So,
He's just offering. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
so we could get 9 potions and probably, if it's at like 300-ish, and that would probably exhaust our entire treasury. Which would be 4 fire resist, 5 poison resist.
I mean, it might just be me being alarmist, but it seems to me that if we did get into a fight with a Mind Flayer, even with the potion, it might be campaign over at that point.
Yeah.
Very possibly.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
So, Axios, would you mind haggling to see what the final price per potion is going to be?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get it down to like 200. Since we are going to be buying quite a few of them.
Mhm.
Let's see. So at this point, my default persuasion with all of the things is 17. If I roll below a 10.
Okay.
Above that, anything's possible. But I do want to take the argument of we're buying in bulk. Well,
Okay.
relative bulk. It's magic items. Because we're at least gonna buy, like 4 healing potions, maybe like 2 resistance potions or something.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm gonna use for my argument, as well as
Mhm.
the good old throw the charm on, call him a great guy and all, not an evil mind flayer that's gonna eat our brains at this point, just a reputable businessman.
Yes.
So that's my basis for this roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Exactly 17. All right.
He said he'll give you the fire potions for 275 each instead of 300, and he'll give you the healing potions at price instead of the 25% markup.
Okay. For greater healing potions, what is that?
Greater healing. See,
Like 150 or something?
greater healing. I believe it's rare. Let me check. He's okay. Let's see. First of all, let's see how many he has of greater healing.
True.
What was said for the resistance?
It's uncommon. Fire.
He has a total of 4. He's willing to part with 2 of them.
Okay.
For of healing. So he will give you at 120.
120 for those.
For each.
Great. And then if we also get some regular healing potions, that can probably cover us.
Kix will go ahead and personally buy one.
So if we get... How much gold do we have on hand?
Our treasury is like 3,300-ish.
Okay, do some math.
Since you're on the page, how much is the greater heal? How much does it heal? 44?
44 plus 4.
And did the price get stated for the resistance?
275. So he had used 2 fire resistance potions. We can get like, say,
Oh, so it only has 2 fire? Okay. I thought that was for the greater healing potions. He only had 2 of those that he was willing
no,
to give
he
up.
has 4. He's willing to sell us half.
Okay. And what about the poison? How many does he have of those?
Let me see how many he has.
Have not determined.
He has 3. He's willing to part with all of them. Basically, well, if you're going to potion or the antitoxin, because the antitoxin is not a magical thing.
That's a good
You're
question.
right.
Because poison will just give us resistance to the damage and maybe the effect. I don't know the exact on that. But the antitoxin will, I believe, just cure you.
A creature gains the vile liquid and gains advantage on a that's antitoxin. A creature that drinks this vile liquid gains advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour.
Okay. So one is advantage on the save, one is resistance to the damage.
Mhm.
The damage is pretty nasty.
Yeah. The save is pretty bad though if you fail it.
Just don't fail. Easy.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, you don't want to fail.
Because it's like you get poisoned, and then if you fail badly, you're just unconscious, I think is how it works.
Depends on the poison.
Generally.
Mhm.
There's, if there's an actual assassin, they might just kill you. So probably the save is more important than the damage, I would argue, since the save can just put us unconscious, which is generally very bad. Let's see, what were the regular healing potions?
40
20.
gold each.
Yeah, but without the...
We could buy enough to drink that casually the entire way there.
Yeah.
So, again, 2 potions of fire resistance are available, and you want to buy the antitoxins instead.
I think we should just get both. It's
Right?
not like...
How many potions of poison resistance are available?
Or,
Okay.
well, do we want the resistance or the antitoxin?
We
He
can
has a
get
total
both.
of 5. We'll give you those for about 205 each.
I'm sorry, did he say 205 each?
Yeah,
205.
for resistance to poison damage.
So it'll be 1,000 plus, basically.
Yes. If you buy all of them.
Yeah.
How much are the antitoxins, since they're not magical?
Antitoxin falls. That's on the PHB. So yeah, antitoxin.
50 base.
No, PHB. Antitoxin.
And so with the 10% marked up, that'd be 55.
It's 50.
Yeah, okay. So
50 each.
55 each. Okay. How many greater healings does he have?
He said he would only part with 2 of them.
Okay.
He had 4, but he's only gonna
And,
sell you 2.
And I already yoinked 1.
Yeah.
yeah, so...
Those are pretty valuable. Those can bring you back from near death situation. Well, all of them can, but particularly great.
So there's a couple fire resist, a couple greater healing.
And remember, you also have the regeneration ones. But we are using the mixed potion tables, so you should be careful if you drink more than one at once.
So we can get like 4 regular potions to cover us for the rest of it, and then the 2 fire resist and some antitoxin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess maybe like 3 antitoxin.
I priced in for 5, so that's 1750. How many of the normal potions do you want to buy, and how much do those cost?
I mean, like 1 for each of us, I guess, just to administer to someone else if
So
necessary.
another 200.
Yeah.
So our current total is just barely below 2,000.
And how much do we have total that we can spend?
3,300.
Well, was he also going to sell us the regular healing potions at normal price, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are 25 then?
No, healing, it's 40.
Or oh, okay. I didn't know if the 40 was before or after the 25%.
No, that's base price.
Okay, so yeah, a number of those, and then we're probably fine. Because I still have a couple scrolls to use if need be in the future.
All right, everyone gets a potion of poison resist, an antitoxin, and a healing pot.
All right, I got it marked for me.
Okay.
Right, and then we just decide who takes the fire protection, and that's it.
Well, I'm guessing we give it to not Gar and probably not Sevda. So, you know, she
And
can
I don't need
manage,
it, so
and we don't need it. So just Gar and Lael then, or not Gar. I don't know if he's still keeping that act up or not.
I thought that act was dropped already.
I mean, everybody knows.
Who knows?
It's literally just an act
anything.
now. It's a play that I'm putting on.
For yourself?
Why not? No, it's for the boys.
And I'm supposed to be the actor here. God. Okay, so Gar and Lael get a fire resist potion.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So if we fight the king of the fire giants, that's when I'm going to use it. Just going to point that out right now. If we fight them. Who knows? Maybe they'll be friendly.
They might be.
They might be.
all right. Well, Zazix, today you made quite a sale. I do hope you enjoy this pile of cash.
Yeah.
It is indeed very enjoyable. For no other reasons that I can pay for foods.
I suppose now that I think about it, your diet is still brain matter, isn't it? I guess it's fortunate you have a society here that actually has a slave market, then.
I don't. For sakes of, shall we say, not inviting retribution, I have to make a compromise. Essentially, I take brains from recently killed creatures. Slaves tend to be too costly for just brains, and makes everyone uneasy.
I see. You're in a very difficult position trying to do what you do, and I can only wish you the best.
Yeah, you gotta respect a man on a diet.
You have no idea.
I
And
would.
I hope that you never do.
I would hope so too.
I would still like to point out that it is really scary that this guy is here. Because what the hell did he do to be here?
Are you going to ask?
I'm not there, so I can't.
Let's go catch up with Lael and his adventures.
Yeah.
And Gar.
What are you
question
doing?
The mind flayer.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well,
Lael,
for Lael, like per the conversation last week with Marcus, I'm assuming Marcus is still like, I guess, watching the slave market or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I went back into the tavern with the tieflings,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm specifically looking for the head tiefling lady to inquire about. I guess inquire about the slaves and the marketplace and the slaving license and all that information.
Okay.
Because in my head, I said this at the top. Like, would anybody actually object if Lael got a license just so he could start freeing slaves or something like that? So that's basically what I'm doing at the moment.
Well, if you get into this conversation, she says, well, it's very good of you, I suppose, to try to do that. The problem would be that there's nothing stopping, if they get out of here, they'll be safe here, I suppose. But there's nothing stopping them if they try to leave to be recaptured again, or worse. And yes, there are worse fates than being a slave. Not many, I grant you. Or should I say, those fates are a variation of slavery.
Understandable on that. Although, how conditioned are they? Would they just like get up and walk away from this life?
Oh, they're people, basically. They don't get a lot of conditioning until they're sold.
The conditioning, the conditioning comes from their masters, then.
Yes. Depending on which use they want them to. If they sell them to mind flayers, they'll want them as thralls. Future food. The Duergar will want them for hard labor. Say the drow would want them for whatever capricious needs any one drow has for them. Each
And
one more terrifying than the next, specifically being the one where they are made to be sacrificed, their body and souls to their dread deity.
And what of here? Do you have a market that apparently is neutral ground for a lot of different races?
Well, it depends who buys them. Like I said, if whoever is interested and buys them, well, they decide to do whatever they want with them or need them.
But freeing them is a bad idea, is what you're telling me.
If you were, the problem is that you still, not only is it legal to be a slave here as a compromise. Like I said, the king doesn't like slavery himself, not because of his kind heart, but rather because he doesn't trust slaves. A slave is someone who will stab you in the back for freedom. He understands it, and it's like he tries to avoid it at all cost. There's also the problem of the fact that, as I understand it, up in the surface, they also practice slavery. So even if they were to escape from the Underdark to the surface, unless they travel very, very far, no, they're back in the same place. So I guess you could free them and leave them here, but without food, water, work, they could join the militia, I suppose, but I don't think there's, they do well with the others.
So how do you get the license then to purchase?
Oh, you get them from the tower. It's depending on volume. I think to own slaves, it's about 50 gold plus a 5 gold surcharge per month. And to buy and sell them, it's 100 gold flat.
So
yearly,
yearly
100 gold.
So I just want to, out of character, I guess I'm saying this, like the economy is very fucked up here. Like 100 gold for a slave? We're spending like 200 for a potion?
No,
Jesus.
that's the license.
Oh, that's for the license. Okay,
That's
the
for the
slaves
license,
are okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah. That's taxable separately.
Okay.
You have a license. You need a license to own slaves within the city, and you need a license to
purchase
and sell slaves.
Good. Thank you for the information. It's actually valuable to know.
There might be other more useful things. I've heard rumors that the Duragar have a waste station nearby the city, where they tend to gather their slaves before they ship them here. Were those slaves to be freed, and they could make their way to the city as free men, and as free men or women or whatever, they could petition to be citizens.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the information.
Mind you, outside of the city, the king's rules don't apply. But I'm sure you know that already.
I kind of figured that, yeah.
Any more questions for the lady?
No, that's really all I wanted to know. I will rejoin the group after the shopping spree.
Okay.
And I see like all these like this giant sack of potions that you have now.
Yep.
Where are you carrying all those?
That's a very good question.
I was saying it as kind of a joke because it's like D&D. You can carry whatever you want, I guess. But
Kick's got a fucking shopping bag. Obviously. Paper, not plastic, because plastic isn't invented yet.
Well, given most of it are potions, I guess, yeah, we could just shove it all into a single bag, right? Though, I guess the rations are all, like, nicely packaged, like, little boxes or something, who knows?
Did anybody think about getting a potion case?
Now, why would we want that?
Don't we?
Yeah, just strap it to your belt or something.
Put it in your backpack with all the cloth. Wrap it in cloth in your backpack.
I have a genius idea. We can have a helmet, and we can put a potion on either side of it, and have a funnel go straight to your mouth.
That is one way of doing it.
I don't know about that one.
Inventing the healer IV drip here.
Seems like something people would you abuse for alcohol. You know, just...
Why would anyone do that?
I don't know, but they could. Which means they probably would.
Oh, let's spring to that.
The alchemy jug helmet.
No, I'm good.
Alchemy jug helmet, 8 pounds of mayonnaise straight to your mouth every day.
Well, it also produces beer. And so long as the suction on the tube is right, you know, just grip it down with your teeth when you don't want to be drowned in beer.
Right, right. Oh, alchemy jug is the gift that keeps on giving.
It never stops.
Who needs rations when you have an alchemy jug? It's mayonnaise from here on out.
Well, do we need anything else going in?
We got food, we got our own supplies. I mean, I'm still packing a tent with me. It is dark for most of us. We do have sources of light, at least, though, so that's not too much of an issue. And we do have all the potions we need in case terrible things happen to us.
Also, I don't know if this needs to be said, but always look up.
Always.
Why? What's there? Oh, gosh.
You don't want to be attacked by a cloaker and not know about
it. As we're leaving the city, I'm going to relay the information about the Dwagger station. Now, I'm assuming she didn't really give me a location of where that is. She just said it's outside the city somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, you could ask. Somebody might be able to know.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like if I ask too many questions, we might get unwanted attention.
True. You do have a guide that is going to guide you to wherever you're going to go.
That we do.
We have a guide, yeah.
You are going to... Are you going to just straight up leave right now, or you're...
I'm waiting for Kix's orders.
You did just mention a station. Is that like a waypoint or like a fortification we have to avoid?
That is a question I will leave to you on the road. Because I wish to discuss that further.
Well, I suppose we could
AKA
go ahead and consult our guide for that.
No, AKA we should discuss it when we're out of the city.
Very well then. Well, we have everything we need, we've paid our taxes, and we can basically head out, I think.
This has got to be the most difficult issue.
What is?
The slave trade. We are now engaged with trying to disrupt the slave trade. At what point can you safely say, Robert, okay, this is where we're done. We're no longer going to try and disrupt the slave trade, because this is now a moral obligation that we have, that we cannot stop until all the slaves are free.
I mean, I can't really answer that question.
Yeah, it's hard to argue
with you.
against. That's the problem. That's why it's a moral imperative. You have to do it. The moment it was brought up, we are now railroaded, because we can't argue against it, because you can't. It's wrong. It has to stop.
Well, I look at it this way. If we are able to rescue at least some people from slavery, we're doing a good job. Does that make any sense?
Well, I also don't think 5 people are going to demolish the concept of slavery.
Well, it is up to Lael to bring it up once we actually start leaving then.
That was the plan.
And that's also Gar. Gar, the former underworld slave, saying this. Eventually.
So Gar is on my side on this one. Good.
Well, I mean,
I'm trying to find where he is.
it's an oddity. It's an oddity because I was a slave and I went to the upper world because I was told to do that or die, so...
Really?
Yeah, the cape. The old cape I used to wear. My master could have killed me anytime he wanted. He also kept tabs on me through it.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't really...
It's the way of things down here, though. Well, it wasn't the White Kingdom anyway, and the White Kingdom was down here, so... Also, now, putting those two things together in the same 5-minute span is horrible. The White Kingdom and slavery.
Of course it is.
Perhaps not the best choice of descriptor for a kingdom.
No, it is the name of it because they're ghouls and they're all, on godly color, hue, whatever. Actually, I don't even know why it's called the White Kingdom when I think about it. I guess maybe because the bones are white.
Yeah, but I mean, ghouls in media are typically not, though. They still have flesh and are either I guess gray or a rotting skin tone color.
I don't know. I always pictured them as what you said before, gray. But again, they do have a bone architecture and whatnot. So
I don't know. Who knows?
Never questioned that part of it until this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do we have anything else to do in the city?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then. Natok is waiting for you in one of the exits to the north.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, so you're done?
We got all the food that we need to get us there.
Okay, then. Follow me. Now. And he points out to the little army behind you. I mean, it makes sense that you bring as many people as possible because it's where we're going. It's pretty deadly. But a lot of things down here have very keen hearing on account that they don't really need to see in the dark so well. I mean, some people have excellent vision in the dark, but that's beside the point. Meaning that unless we play it right, we won't be able to catch anybody by surprise because walls, echoes, marching,
Right, very true. We're going in announcing ourselves at the very least, it seems.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just embrace it. If they hear
generally,
the marching...
we've not had a huge problem with it, honestly.
I mean, if they hear the marching of that many feet, they're gonna think it's a formation of something. Durgar.
Yeah.
Drow.
Yeah, what if they think there's just a whole, like, 3 squads of Dorgar here?
So the solution I'm hearing is to be even louder then.
That's to say, embrace it. If it's gonna
Yeah.
be a problem, make it a solution.
Be intimidating.
Does anyone have Intimidate?
I don't know how you turn the
Not
marching of
proficiency, but
like 40 footsteps into one person's skill check.
Yeah, I don't. That's.
I mean, I'm just going GM sense and going, hey, let's do a thing for it.
I don't know, by using prestidigitation?
Okay.
Make it even louder?
I mean, I guess it's the rule of use the best person's roll. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but yeah, just saying, just gotta be careful down here.
Yep. Apparently, we should be looking up.
Oh yeah, that's always a good idea. And down and sideways and
everywhere. Okay, got it.
Generally, keep your eyes about you.
Pretty much.
Is there a way to make them more quiet?
Yeah, put sponges on their feet.
I was thinking maybe like cast silence on them.
They're spread out a bit, so
that would take a lot of spells.
Also, silence is it stays where it is, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you can't move.
It could be on an object, but it's also minutes at a time, I think.
So, are you going to have some kind of lighting?
I was just going to use my owl. It's either my owl is just perched on my shoulder.
Do we want to cast?
I think we had a couple people. Yeah, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Kix, do you want to be our shining beacon of shoot right here?
I'll be the target.
Great.
Like about a half hour after we leave the city, just a little bit, I mentioned the Kix. I was told there was a way station that the Duagar control. One that apparently is where they do have a number of slaves. And, well, I feel that we should be doing something to maybe disrupt that at least once while we're down here.
Well, nothing quite like a hit and run, am I right?
Don't think it can be a hit and
we
run.
Won't be able to do much for them after we free them, but I suppose that would be an option.
They'd have to come with us.
Well, no, they could head to the town here and at the very least be free or freer than they would have been.
Doesn't the town have slaves?
It does, but they're not entering the town as slaves. That's the point.
Right, but does the town have some sort of law that prevents a slave catcher or whatever, a bounty hunter or whatever, whoever captures slaves, slave trader, from just capturing them?
I would assume so.
Why? The town has slaves, so it's clearly okay with slavery.
I don't know, then. I can't answer that.
Well, we were told that the leader guy really doesn't like slaves.
Right, but he allows slavery.
Yeah, because it's profitable for him.
Yeah, so he's like Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. There's a
troll Thomas Jefferson.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm just saying I don't think they're going to be safe. Also, who knows if they'll even make it back to town on their own.
That is true. There's no possible guarantee. It's not something we can do on our mission. However, I suppose at least a chance to acquire safety on their own is better than to have none at all.
Well, that's why I suggested that they just come with us.
I'm not against them coming with us either. I should point that out.
Well, if there's an outpost and there's food and there's supplies, well, we'll just see what we can make happen then.
And the Natok is hearing all of this. He's like, what?
Look, man, we're already casting a light. We're already obvious targets. What else you can tell me?
I mean, yeah, but that involves getting into a fight.
Can you dig? Are you good at digging?
Do I look like a kobold?
I don't
answer
know.
that.
You're a
No,
cat. Don't you bury your shits?
Are you sure you don't want to
I'm a
answer that?
goblin, you oversized turtle.
One
Oh,
way or other, Natok.
Cutting
Actually, I
them,
think
you-
he's quite average size for a turtle.
Well, bigger than the turtles I've seen.
is he a goblin?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
it's
I thought he
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
a
yeah.
miniature, shit, what are they called?
What?
I can't remember what the cats are called now in
Tabaxi?
D&D. Yeah, Tabaxi. I thought he was just a real small Tabaxi.
No, he's a goblin.
Yeah, he's a goblin with a fucking haircut.
We'll just hide under a rock or something while we take care of it.
Do you even know where this is?
Unfortunately, no. I could not find a location.
Oh, I thought you knew where it was. Well,
I
no.
just know
That changes things a little bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
that changes everything.
That
Because
turns into a if we happen
I
to run
might
into
be willing to help you out. I may know where it is, but you gotta get me out of here. And I just mean the immediate area. I mean, wherever you go that they don't have slavery and troll kings and the like, I'd like to be there.
God, I would
you
like to
wanna
be there
go to
too.
the
Where is that place?
surface.
And wherever you come from, you guys are not from around here. I
I'm
know
from
that.
down here.
Yeah, but the rest of you are not.
I give you a look.
Well, there's no slavery really, but
There's a troll king every other Sunday.
Again,
Yeah.
I promise your full protection if you stay with me.
Oh, that's good. I can tell exactly where they are. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do with a bunch of slaves, but you're gonna free them, right?
I
That
think
is
that's
the
the
goal.
idea.
Okay, what are you gonna do with a bunch of slaves that are free?
Offer them
You know, I
farm
haven't
work.
thought that far ahead.
You
That's
think
slavery.
ahead?
What?
That's slavery.
It's not slavery. Offer them farm work. I didn't say go work on the farm. I said offer them farm work.
Oh yeah, but how are you gonna take them to the farm?
There's roads. You know, there's
This
a
sounds
road that
like
gets
bureaucracy.
Yeah, there's
You
a
do
road near
realize
the
where-
mountain range near here that goes to a halfling village. And from there you go through a couple of human kingdoms and then one orc kingdom.
You do realize where you are
Oaks
right now,
does
right?
have
Yeah.
only a
See,
some-
the problem I don't think is like this is the Underdark, which is bad. On top of us is a orcish kingdom.
Yeah, I know. I went through it.
Humans are not really allowed there unless they're either very powerful or very corrupt.
Except for that one human settlement that's there.
They're probably very corrupt.
Yeah, it's fine.
Slaves, they don't have a way to go through there without being captured again.
It's
Just saying.
fine. You just take the south route, west, around the mountain range, and head up back through the human kingdoms that border it.
Yeah, through. And why am I again giving you a way through the mountain range? Because you didn't take the surface? Oh, yes. Hill giants, stone giants, wyverns, orcs, gnolls, ogres, and who knows what else.
To be fair, that is quite literally.
Well, I'm
things
talking
you get
about
on
the
a
border
daily
keep
basis.
that's there separating the orc lands from the human lands.
Yeah, gotta get through the orc lands first. That's the whole problem here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the goblin and I'm not the idiot here. How can that be possible?
Well, I don't. Well, an idiot would say that, though.
Not if I can point to the idiot.
I mean, you are
You know,
you
able
know how
to.
to point to yourself?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna point to someone else.
I don't
Point
know
to me,
why
it's
this
okay.
conversation is going this way.
You know the old adage: if you know who the idiot in the room is, you're the idiot. Well, I know exactly who the idiots in the room are, and they're not me. I mean,
What?
it's a noble idea. I get it. I'm asking myself to get the hell out of Dodge myself. I get it. It's just I don't think you thought it through.
Again, this is a trek I've made myself. That's fine.
You're not a squishy human that everyone wants to enslave. That's the difference. Again,
I really feel like you don't want to get out of here.
well, I'm myself. I can, just hang right with you, but like 20 more people plus everyone else, it seems a bit too much.
You know what 20 more people are? Additional targets. You'll be fine.
Yeah, they also eat food and need rest and wine and make noise and crap all over the place.
That's a
Again,
small
like,
price to pay for freedom.
he who rolls his eyes like, okay, fine.
Look, charisma was my dump stat. I know I'm not convincing anybody.
Yeah.
I will say this. What's his name again? I forget the damn goblin's name, other than the little shit part, which I don't want to say.
Natok.
Natok.
Yeah.
You want to leave here because you're looking for a better chance of living somewhere else. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is it also fair to say that many of those who have been captured and enslaved by these slavers and Dwagger and everybody else, they've had that chance taken from them? Yes?
I think I know where you're going with this.
You probably do, because you are smarter than you look.
That's not my argument. The freeing part is not my argument. I got no problem with that. Freer the better. Is that, kettle, from the kettle into the fire, you getting that part of the problem here?
Yes.
He's worried about the logistics of it.
I'm
That
aware.
is
I was
fine.
actually about to get to
You,
that.
and he points to you. You stand over there. You're with the smart people now. Stand beside me, right here. We're the people who are smart here. Come on, join me. Come over here.
All right. I'm coming.
As he does that, I would like to point out the logistics is something that we can figure out quite easily, because we can offer the protection for those people to escape.